Hi guys, I'm Big Boy once again. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Remember, if it's for the first time you're coming across my video, don't forget to like this video, subscribe and share. Okay guys, in today's clip we want to talk about the clip of black people, how they really went or how they really struggled during the colonization period, how they really went a lot of struggle during the slavery period. And it's all about the black people in Caribbean, the black people in United States, the black American. And it's a clip from one of our sisters from Africa. She has really talked about how they really struggled during the colonization period, and it's really an emotional clip. So guys, kindly have a look at this clip and then you come back for more discussion.
Today's topic, slavery. One thing about our schooling system is that we already know this. It's organized to make the white people look better. A lot of information about what actually happened during slavery were hidden from our curriculum, what they teach us in school. I promise you, whatever you know about slavery is 1%. Have you heard about the ball crusher? They used to use it on black men. The device, they put it on their balls and they press it. It will crush the balls before it will cut it off. When they told them to leave Africa, they had to go to the middle of the sea to discard the documents that recorded those events, the tapes, and the torture devices. They had to go and dump them in the middle of the sea. That was how gruesome it was. So this video, I'm going to be talking about some of the things that we don't know about people. So one of the things that used to happen during slavery was black people were a delicacy. Black people were a delicacy. Yeah, they used to cook black people and eat like meats. Number 2, breeding program. There was something called the breeding program. The companies that were in charge of the breeding program still exists today, but they've diversified their economy. They are now doing other things. I've forgotten what they specialize in. If I can look for it, I think I'll put it in the video. They're still running today. So what they do is they put women from age 15 to 40. Those are the women that were in the breeding program, and they bring men, young men, to get them pregnant, to just give birth to black babies and stuff. That's number 2. Number 3, they used to use black people's skin for leather bags, shoes, belts. I first heard about this when I was a teenager. That was a couple of years ago, and then those pictures were still online. I had screenshots then, but I no longer have them now because new phone. And I tried looking for the pictures online to see if I can see anyone to attach, but I couldn't find. But they used to use black people's skin to make leather belts, shoes, bags. That's why they said those days, some of the people that were interviewed in one of the stuff that I heard it from documentaries, he said those days you find different ranges of leather products, the bags and the rest, and the shoes, you find different colors, different ranges. But these days the leather bag colors are very limited because now they're now using purely animal skin, but they used to use black people's skin. George Washington, a prominent person, and their teeth are always rotten and stuff, so they used to remove the teeth of the slaves and put it in a dental, and they wear it. I think George Washington had one. You can Google it, it's still there. They have a museum where they put his things. Those set of dentals are still there. The other thing is they used to use black babies as alligator bait. Yeah, they'll put black babies in water, living ones, not dead ones, in the water, in the shallow part, to lure the alligator. When they are screaming and shouting, it will lure the alligators out, and the alligator will catch the baby. And if they want to catch the alligator, they will now from there shoot the alligator and get it. If they don't want to catch it, this was so entertaining that it was like a merchandise. They were matchbox that you see an alligator coming and a black baby, a baby that is crawling, just sitting there. And they found it so entertaining that people used to come and watch. That's one of the things they used to do. Another thing they used to do, chairs. Till now, when you go online, this one I saw it online, it's still online, and just random people that have gotten antique products like chairs, pillows, they normally find black people hair, so they used to use black people hair as stuffing as cushion rather, for chairs, expensive chairs and pillows.
Started ripping up the fabric, I found the cotton, and is that people hair? is that people hair. I swear, is that from a human's head? Is that what I think it is? Is that people hair?
Yeah, they used to use black people hair to stop that. I think I should add this one, the term mother. And the term mother came from, there's this thing the white people used to do. They'll take like a woman, then take her son. So they'll blindfold the son. Then they'll tell the son to like sleep with the mom. The reason why they blindfold just the son is because if he sees that it's his mom, he won't be able to like work. He will not know that it's his mom to enable him to, work. But the woman's eyes will be open. And they found it entertaining. They used to sit down and watch. Then when they want to like insult the black people, they start calling them motherfuckers because, they used to make them sleep with their moms. That's another one. Picnic. Yeah. Picnic came from, a bunch of white people. They'll just carry like a black person, tie them to a tree. A bunch of white people will just come. Everybody will be throwing knife to see. The person will be alive, yes. So they'll be throwing knives to see like who can, like they'll do it till the person dies basically. So it's like a sport that everybody will just stand from a distance and be throwing knife at the person till the person dies. They change that one and they replace it with another one. That was where picnic originated from. Another one, there's this myth that's still happening in the UK till now. The death rate amongst black women that are giving birth in the UK is 40%. Yes, 40% of black women that give birth in the UK die. And this is because like the person that started gynecology was a man. I'll put his name below, I don't remember right now. And he had this theory that black women have more pain tolerance than other races of women. So his whole gynecology thing started from like experimenting on black women, because since he's a man, he doesn't have the organ, he doesn't know how anything works. So his thing was just to like go in there, see what does what. So he put black women like on the table, they'll strap them on the table and he'll perform procedures on them without any form of anesthesia, and the women end up dying. But his whole reason for doing that was that black women have more pain tolerance. Of course, research has shown that it's a lie. Black women don't have more pain tolerance. But this is still affecting black women in some countries today, because even when they are complaining, they don't take them seriously, because they'll be like, you guys are stronger than other women. Why are you complaining? You will survive. That's one of the reasons why a lot of women die while giving birth in like foreign countries. I was realized that there are people that don't know that America does not belong to the Americans. They came to the land, they met people there, all of them, and took their land. The place you know as America today. I saw a discourse, they were like, why didn't they enslave the natives, which is the Red Indians, that they met there? So the analysis they gave was, they tried to enslave the natives, which is the Red Indians. Pocahontas, yes, her people. They tried to enslave them, but since it was their land, they know their way around, so they kept on running away. So they decided, all of them. There are mass graves still being discovered. In 2021, 2 mass graves were discovered with 300. One had 300, one had 200 children, the youngest being 3 years old. They just pour them inside ground and cover sand. So that was how they all of them. Have you ever seen? I've seen 1 or 2 of them on TikTok here, but there are very few. Like, they are now like 1%. They kill them in millions. They wiped them out. So that's where the Americans are today. The land that the Americans are sitting on does not belong to them. It belongs to the Red Indians. They wiped them out and took their land. Another place is Australia. Australia does not belong to white people. It belonged to some people called the Aboriginal Australians. I don't know their real name, but they're called Aboriginal Australians. They're dark-skinned with like Indian hair, like curly, silky hair. I'll try to insert a picture in the edit. Those were the owners of Australia. They tried like mixing them, like mixed breeding them. I don't know if that didn't work, but at the end of the day, all of them, as they left like less than 1%, they are now very few, and they are living in extreme poverty in like inside forests in Australia. Canada. does not belong to white people either. It belonged to people called, is it Inuit or something like that. I'm going to put a picture of what the people, they look kind of Asian. It belonged to them. They came there and took their land. So these are the things that we weren't taught in school about these people. They did same in South Africa. South Africa's own is not far. You know of Nelson Mandela that was thrown in prison. He didn't do anything. He was just saying, don't kill my people and take their land. That was why Nelson Mandela was put in prison for 25 years. And what a waste, seeing the way the South African people of today behave, what they say. It's such a disgrace. Like, I was one of those people that was like, I was rooting for South Africans. I'm like hoping one day they'll get their land back. But this whole Chidinma thing that happened just opened my eyes to the level of self-hatred that South Africans have, how they glorified whiteness. They even say we have the best white people in the world. Like, what does that even mean? We have the best white people in the world. These are the people that came. This is not even ancestors matter. These are your grandfathers. There are people who are still alive today. One of the people that took Israel to court, her grandfather's house was confiscated. There are footages online of the soldiers unleashing dogs on black people, like, and laughing, just the way the footages that are coming out of Palestine. That was what they were doing in South Africa. They would just see a group of people that will open fire on them, women, children. So there are footages online of them doing this. But somehow the South African people love white people. So they are even grateful that they came to their land. At what expense? White people in South Africa make up 7% of the South African population, but they own up to 80. I've seen different scores. Some say 93%, some say 80%, some say 70% of the South African land. How can 6% of a population that is not indigenous to that place own, let me use 80% since it's in between the statistics that I've heard. How can they own 80% of the land? Let's not even talk about places that in South Africa, as long as you are black, even if you are the president of South Africa, you cannot step your leg in that place, in those places, as long as you are black. So it's so sad seeing the way the South Africans of this day now behave. I feel like Nelson Mandela just wasted his time for nothing. He would have just carried his wife and children and just left that. I heard something recently. If the Western media is not referring to your leader as a dictator, your leader is not the one leading your country. I would take that again. If the Western media is not referring to the leader of your country as a dictator, he is not the one leading your country. We've been under neo-colonialism. There was never independence. All that shit is a lie. I'm going to drop some of the advice my mom gave me when I was about 7-8 years old. She said, when it comes to history, you can read to pass your exams, but just know that whatever they teach you in history class is either a lie or it has been manipulated heavily. Well, it's never too late. Take that advice seriously. Raise your kids that way, because whether you like it or not, they are raising their kids that way. They notice that Africans are waking up. They're already prepping their kids, trying to tell them that, oh, these people want to attack you. Africa has always been a land of abundance. Black people are the only group of people that have never invaded anybody, because we have everything we want. They'll be like, oh, black people don't invent shit. We have everything, the basic necessities. The whole Viking situation, first of all, they didn't call themselves Viking. It was just a name that was given to them to make them look cool. It was a group of people that didn't have anything, no food, nothing. So initially they started by trying to invent stuff, trying to make tools to go and sell in other places, to get food, to get resources. And when they ran out of materials to make those tools to be selling, they started invading those places, taking their lands, unaliving all the people and taking their lands. I don't really remember the countries that those people invaded and wiped the people out and took their land. That's why I'm not mentioning, but it's not part of America, Canada, and Australia. It's not part of those. It's like another, it's like other side. So this was what they were doing. This is why they came to Africa. They went to India. They were killing people because of spices, curry, because they didn't have. So Africa has always been the land of abundance. We're the original Nepo babies. That's why, like, we're relaxed. Everything to us is a joke and stuff like that. Black people are the only group of people that are hated in every corner of the earth. And the only reason why is because we're the only group of people that think we are all equal. That think everybody is equal. There's no need to be racist. We're all equal. Black people are the only group of people that think that way. So That's why we are the most hated people. So, but I'm not telling anybody to hate anybody. This information is vital. And to those of you that are saying, oh, we forgive them, there's no need to, it's in the past, we forgive them. You're not in the position to forgive them. It's not your babies that they gave alligator to eat. It's not your father that they put on chains. It's not your father that was standing and carrying hammock under the sun for a white person to lie down and tan. It's not you that they shove in a room for days for you to be shitting on yourself and peeing on yourself for days just to see if you're strong enough to put on the ship to be shipped to white countries. So you're not in any position to forgive them. The reason why I'm making this video is to let you guys know your enemies, like they say. Know how dastardly these people can be. Then know what they are doing to you now. Okay, they've done that one in the past. What are they currently doing? You think they did that in the past and they left you guys alone? White countries cannot function without African countries. They are the poor countries. They need Africa's resources. That's why any African leader that is actually serious about building his country is taken out. Go on Google Patrice Lumumba and...
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel again. I hope you have really watched the full clip. It's really sad story about how our ancestors really went through a lot, so that at least to make sure that we are here where we are. And this really tell us a lot that black people are really hated, because we all know that black people really love one another. We don't have that racist between one another because we are all one. And this brings us back to the story of what is going on in Haiti. In Haiti, I really don't understand why our brothers from Kenya and Jamaica are going to Haiti to fight their own brothers. We all believe that we are all one, and the people who are in Haiti, the gang leader of Jamaica, he knows what he's really doing. He's just trying to remove the colonial system in his country. He feels like the country is being used by colonialists or these white people. He feels like the resources of Haiti is being destroyed or is being used. That's why he's really fighting. He's just a freedom fighter, and he's really fighting for the rights and for the good people of Haiti. That's why I really don't think like we should fight one another, because black people really believe we are all one. We have all seen how our ancestors really went through a lot. The slavery, if you hear the story of slavery, is so sad. You just feel like you are just bored because of how our ancestors really went through a lot. How they were shifted from Africa to these Western countries, how they really went through harsh conditions, how they were just put on to work for more long hours without any food, without any medication. For those who were, we all believe Africans were strong. For those who were maybe not strong enough, they really died, and we really just forgot them. But it's really a sad story to hear about how our ancestors really went through slavery. And it's other people are saying just come out, oh, forgive these people, let's just forgive and forget, it's all about the past. Yeah, we as African, we can forgive, but we can never forget what is in our heart or what is on our mind. It's easy to forgive, but it's hard to forget what our ancestors really went through a lot. And we all know God said that whenever anyone do bad thing to you, just forgive him or forgive her. Yeah, and as African, we really have that small word, or what I can say, we really love other people too much. We forget that if they really love us too, we really care about these other skin colors more, about that we care ourselves, because we really think that these other people really love us as we really love them. You can see how a lot of Western countries are investing in our African countries. They're coming and grabbing lands to invest in them, but yet our leaders are just maybe selling out us. Maybe they are just being bribed for a small amount and they sell us to our country, whereby these people come to invest a lot in Africa, and they really know that African countries have a lot of resources. They have a lot of mineral resources, and this is what really making a lot of our African countries to be more poor, whereby just think of this scenarios whereby African is so rich, but it's really benefiting other countries. Your country is so rich, but you can't benefit from it. Look at a scenario like this, whereby we have a lot of minerals resources. We have countries like that they are mining oil. Look at countries like Nigeria. Nigeria is the largest country producing oil in Africa, but they are really struggling a lot in their country. And you can really ask your question, why this country is really struggling and they have all the sources. You all know whenever your country has resources like oil mining, oil has really a lot of money because it's being taken or being imported to many countries. But if your country is producing a lot of mineral, but you don't have your own refineries, or you don't refine your oil in your own country, all you have to do is just to maybe take it to other countries so that maybe they can refine it. You can never be rich, and that's what is killing us as Africans. And it's really high time for African leaders to really care for our rights, to really care for our human rights. Take for example for the president of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore is really doing really great work, a lot of great work on trying to remove colonial system in his country, whereby he has really made this country to be so famous. And the reason why he's so famous and is succeeding is because of how he really treats his people, because of how he really judge the right and the wrong of the people, and he really judge with a lot of righteousness. And this what's really making Ibrahim Traore to be more successful, because his people are really believing in him because of what he's doing. And so far we have really seen a lot of projects being done in Burkina Faso, a lot of being projects by the government has really organized, and we really believe Burkina Faso is going to be a very rich country, despite many people saying that Burkina Faso is a very poor country, because of how the president is really doing a good job. And we really urge our other African leaders to follow the lead of Ibrahim Traore, to do what he's doing, to remove all colonial system in the country, to stop depending on other countries to support them. We as African, we go to other countries, we borrow like large amount of money to come and develop back in our country, but at the end all those greedy leaders just put them into the pocket, and the blame really comes to the local people, whereby so that to pay the debt that other countries are owing us, we have to really work hard. And we all know that in Africa there's no more job opportunities. Job opportunities are so small in Africa, so that if you are an African of studies, you have just to go to abroad, or you have really to struggle, and you have to have a lot of connections so that you can really get a job. So it's high time our African leaders stop this maybe great decision, whereby if you go to other countries and you borrow large amount of money, the cost will come to the local people, whereby they will have to pay high taxes so that this money can be paid. And this money is just coming from the pocket of local people who really don't have so much money maybe to buy this product that are being, or the price that's being increased daily. So my brothers and sisters, it's high time we understand. I really love how our African young people are waking up their mind to see what is happening. Our young African leaders are waking up to see what is going on, and it's really a good thing to understand who we are, to understand maybe we can make it without other people, and we can build ourselves without other people. That's a good thing. So guys, as Africans, we should come together, we love one another, and we stand together. You know, when you are all together, we are strong. All African, from Africa, from Caribbean, from US, Black American, you should stand together and be strong, and we fight all these colonial systems, so at least you can live a better life. So guys, it has been very an emotional and sad clip, and at the other end it has been very educative. So if it was for the first time you're coming across my video, guys, kindly please support this channel by liking and subscribing, and most importantly sharing this video. Thank you for your time. May God bless you. One love.